Hi, McArthur. Can you hear me? Oh, I just realized my battery's a little low. Let me make sure we plug in. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Hi.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's going pretty good. Pretty good. You?
I'm good. In your recording space. Love it. Sounding good. Alrighty. So, what would you say at this moment is your main priority or goal based on what we've been doing and where you're at with recording and your reels and your clips and everything? What would you say is maybe your next thing that would be really helpful to conquer or accomplish today?
That's like a good question because I've just been like working on like the book recordings
Yeah,
this week so
okay.
far.
That's okay.
But
That's great.
uh
Because the
I'm
more that you put out there, the more people are going to hear you.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
And the more you can like post on social media, and it just makes you a lot more discoverable. It gets people familiar with your voice and your work, which is great.
Man, right now I would say I would either say like the book and or like creature voices. I know we went over creature voices like a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
But I
Okay,
don't know, it
yeah.
just like came back and I was like, I haven't done anything with that in a
Sure.
minute.
We could do maybe a little bit of both. Do you want to try that? Maybe
Yeah,
we
I'm
could
down.
work on the book a little bit and kind of get warmed up and going, and then I'll watch the time and we'll spend maybe the second half on some creature voices. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah, that way you get to do both. That's awesome. All right, great. So then let's try a little bit of the book then. So where are you at this point in the book?
I'm like the last page of chapter 6, but for some reason I cannot find it. It was the PDF file, but it is like gone now for some reason.
Oh, so you're not finding the book?
Yeah, a lot of my downloads are gone actually.
Oh, weird. Yeah, so you should be able to re-download it on the ACX page. You can always download it there anytime. So sometimes I will just like misplace them. I'll be like, wait, where did I save that? And you can actually just re-download it anytime. It should just be available on your ACX page as well.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, no problem. Hmm. I'm checking too, because I think, let's see. I think I've got it. I just need to find where I have it saved. But yeah, you should always be able to find it back on the ACX page.
I feel like I am looking in the wrong place.
Oh, okay. If you go to like where the project is and where you would upload files to, it should be at the top there. I like download button.
Oh, yeah, I was definitely looking in the wrong place.
Yeah, that's okay.
Now I gotta like go through my whole computer because like a whole file of like my downloads and stuff are gone.
Oh, can you go to like your like where you can search and just type it in like at the title of it? Because it usually will just pop up and then you can like backtrack and go, okay, where is it? Or you can open it and then you can save it to a different location as well.
I'm gonna have to do that because like well I got it now from downloading on ACX, but yeah I'm gonna have to look for that later because a lot of my I don't know what happened with my computer. What the heck?
Oh,
Now I'm gonna have to like go through and like see what I'm missing and stuff. Oh man. Oh, I'm so
right.
sad
When
right.
it's
I'm
like
so sad
something's
right now.
missing.
Yeah. Oh, sad. Not gonna lie.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh, I
Okay.
found it. So I can upload it to, yeah, I just had to figure out where I did it. Okay. So I think this one. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one because there were like different versions. Here we go. This was the one that was like reformatted to fit specs. So I think it's probably the right one. So it's uploading. It just needs a second because it's a little bit of a larger file there. Okay, so it's got the check mark. It says it went through to you.
Got it.
Then we should be looking at the same thing, which is helpful. Yeah, so you should be able to just download that then. I think my pup is trying to get through, get out of here. Alrighty. Maybe he needs water or something. Did it pop up for you or are you downloading it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it just takes it a minute to get the downloads going and all that. So,
All right. Got it. I just had to zoom in. I didn't. It was zoomed
sure.
out. Did not realize that. All right. Got to chapter six. We should be
Cool.
good. I have like the last half. Like
Okay.
it's like a page or like half a page kind of
Sure.
left on it.
Great. That's not much at all. So, yeah, we'll work on that and make sure you feel really secure with it and go from there. Sounds like a plan. I mean, chapter six, you've gotten pretty far in it. That's awesome. That's really
I
great.
was like going through like all the editing stuff, and I was like, wait, all right, didn't miss this, didn't miss this. I got all the way to like chapter three. I still gotta do chapter
Oh,
four, and
that's
then when I finish
great.
chapter six, I gotta do chapter six. But I was
Well,
like,
you've
oh
gotten
god,
a lot done then. That's fantastic.
it was a
That's
lot of
really
like
great to hear.
watching YouTube, pause, wait, what's she say? Go back, go back, go
Yeah.
back.
Oh,
And
that's
then,
awesome.
uh, I know.
Well, I'm glad that, you were able to review things and go through and like do some of the editing and that the thing is once you've practiced doing it, like I feel like once you do a book or two, you're pretty much like, oh, I got this down. At first it's like, oh, I got to do it right. But once you get it, it's like it'll just flow for you and you'll be like, oh, I know what to do. And the editing just kind of rolls rolls out of your brain and you're like, "Ah, click, click,
Yeah,
click."
gotcha.
Yeah, it'll be a lot quicker. The more you do it, the quicker you'll get with it, and it'll just kind of become like an easy habit, like riding a bike, washing dishes. You just kind of know what to do. You don't have to think about it too hard.
This is alternate.
Alrighty, so you've got that pulled up. So do you want to practice the end of that chapter six then?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Great.
Because it's like, okay. Alton, Illinois is a town with a rich history and a reputation for being one of the most haunted cities in the Midwest. In addition to the McPike Mansion and the Mineral Springs Hotel, there are several other haunted places and locations of paranormal interest in Alton. Okay. And then it goes, Alton, Illinois is a town with a rich history and a reputation for being one of the most haunted cities in the Midwest. In addition to the In addition to the McPike Mansion and the Mineral Springs Hotel, there are several other haunted places and locations of paranormal interest in Alton. And then it goes through like the seven other haunted places. Okay. One, one, the Alton Prison. That sounded really weird. Alton. Alton, 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 Illinois. The Alton prison. During the Civil War, with Alton Military Prison was a place where Confederate prisoners of war were held. The conditions in the prison
Notoriously.
were notoriously,
Yeah, try just the
notorious,
first part, the notorious, notorious,
notorious,
notorious, and then notoriously.
not notorious, 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 notoriously, notoriously, notoriously harsh, and many prisoners died as a result. The prison site is believed to be haunted with ghostly apparitions, unexplained noises, and eerie encounters reported by visitors. I'm not gonna lie, there seems like there's a lot of prisons that are haunted in
Yeah,
the
I
US.
mean,
Like
if
it's
you think about it, I think it makes sense, like battlefields, prisons, plantations, like those kind of places, to me, it makes sense that they'd be haunted or like um also I feel like factories that had like, just treated people really badly or mines might be haunted
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Because I mean they would just like send them into terrible, dangerous places. So I feel
Mm,
like it really makes sense because of how, traumatic the experiences were. So, yeah, like I feel like prisons are a really common place that tend to be, haunted places. Um, but I'm surprised, like sometimes it's places like universities or churches, and you're like,
yeah.
why, which is, I mean, it's like, man, those are places that should be like a safe haven.
Right, right. That's one of those places where I'm like, I'm about to read up on
Yeah,
the history on you guys. Like,
right.
why are you haunted for?
I know. Yeah, and like mental like asylums and stuff from back when,
Mm,
they didn't know enough and were basically like torturing people. Um, yeah,
yeah.
there are a lot of places that it's like if there was great suffering in those places, they've got haunted areas or like even building bridges or like train systems where it was just like, tons of people died building it kind of thing or like
Mm,
even, places like the pyramids, where slaves built it, that kind of thing. So it makes sense to me, that when there's great loss and tragedy and suffering. That's where you tend
right.
to find it. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's always like, man, like this should not be.
Yeah. That's crazy. That is crazy. Whew.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, prisons, oof, like actually really close to where I live, there's one of the newest prisons in the country, and it's also like one of the absolute worst ones in the country. Like from the outside, it like looks like it's not so bad, and they call it like I don't know, some like nice name, like the Community Justice Center or something. Like,
Mm,
and then it's like one of the worst prisons in our country, like, and people are treated very terribly. And it's just like, oh,
yeah, that yeah.
ay,
Putting up a
ay, ay.
false front. Oh man.
I know it actually looks like kind of pretty from the outside. And then it's like known to be one of the least humane prisons in America. And I'm just like, oi,
Ooh.
oi, ugh,
Ooh.
drives me nuts. Yeah. So I feel like it's anywhere that there's been really great suffering, or maybe there was like a plague or, you know. So, yeah, it just sucks. So, yeah, so to me I'm like there must have just been a lot of suffering and loss and tragedy happen there.
I
I don't
feel
know.
you
I
on
feel
that. I
like,
feel you on that.
I don't know if I like totally 100% believe in like ghosts necessarily, but like I definitely believe that there's like residual energy for sure that you
Mm.
like go to places and you're like, wow, what happened here? Like it just, you can feel just like the energy is not good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because like I've been places and been
Definitely
like, oh my
understand
gosh,
that.
what is that? Like it feels so creepy and like weird here. And then people are like, oh yeah, this is an old Civil War battlefield where like all these people died. And I'm like, I don't know how I knew. I just like instantly knew driving through that it's like something is wrong here, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but like all the animals were suddenly silent and it suddenly got really cold and it was like gloomy lighting. And I was like,
Mm.
what is this? Like to me, I'm like, if animals all of a sudden are silent, you know,
Right.
I'm like,
It's saying something.
something's up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I can like explain it or fully understand it, but I do believe that you can feel that something's different in certain places.
Mm.
So, oh, yeah. So prisons,
Different. Yeah.
tragedy.
Oh man. Okay. Okay.
I mean, historically, they're just terrible. Like there were
Yeah.
some prisons where
Yeah.
like you just never had any food or anything unless people just brought it to you out of mercy and like passed it to you through the bars and stuff. Like, oi.
Not the best history we have with prisons.
I know.
Not the best.
Especially America.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, yeah. Ugh. Alrighty, let's try it again.
Okay.
Notoriously. You got
Notorious.
it.
It's notoriously. 1. The Alton Prison. During the Civil War, the Alton Military Prison was a place where Confederate prisoners of war were held. The conditions in the prison were notoriously harsh, and many prisoners died as a result. The prison site is believed to be haunted, with ghostly apparitions, unexplained noises, and eerie encounters reported by visitors. Mm, mm. Oh, my jaw hurt on that one.
Oh, really?
It felt, I wouldn't say hurt. It felt weird. Like I was like holding
Oh.
air back for some reason.
Oh,
It felt
okay.
weird. Yeah.
All right, let's just like check on that. Just kind of like wiggle your jaw, maybe massage it a little bit,
Yeah, that felt weird.
work out any tension there. And then can we try with your tongue too? We're just going to stretch it a little. Let's push it into each of your cheeks. Stretch a little bit. All right. And we're going to try it again and try to keep your air flowing. So before you even start, try to like get a solid connection to your breath and your body. So like feel your belly expanding and closing again and your rib cage lifting open and then relaxing as you exhale and use that air. Just kind of get connected to that airflow. And then we're gonna try again with that air just flowing through.
1. The Alton Prison. During the Civil War, the Alton Military Prison was a place where Confederate prisoners of war were held. The conditions in the prison were notoriously harsh, and many prisoners died as a result. The prison site is believed to be haunted, with ghostly apparitions, unexplained noises, and eerie encounters reported by visitors.
Okay. I thought that was pretty good. How'd you feel about it?
That one felt good. That one felt good.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, that was a good take. All right, awesome. Um, so is there anything else you feel like that little spot needs?
Uh, right now, no. I
Okay,
definitely feel like when I record
yeah,
it and like hear it, I'm like,
sure.
nah, there's something different about
Do
it.
you want to record it right now or do you want to wait and record it later on your own?
I'm gonna wait and record it
Okay.
later on my
Yeah,
own.
great. Okay, sounds good. So let's go ahead and try a little bit of the next section, the next like paragraph or so.
To the Milton School. I don't Milton, yeah. Milton, yeah, Milton, Milton, yeah. Okay. To the Milton School. The former Milton School in Alton has a reputation for being haunted. So, stories of ghostly children. Stories of ghostly children and shadowy figures have circulated for years. Paranormal investigators have conducted research at the school, attempting to capture evidence of the reported hauntings. Oh my gosh, what did they do at school? Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, looks
Yeah, it does
haunted.
like make you want to go like dig deeper, right? And be
Yeah,
like,
especially
I
with
need
like ghostly
more.
children. Like, so this is
Yeah,
an elementary school. Like, yeah, it's wild.
right. Were they like orphans? Was it
Yeah,
like, some like very strict religious school? Like, what happened here?
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, were they like, I don't know, like remember the like long pointer sticks, like, and they used to, I guess, like
Mm,
spank kids at school or like smack their hands with rulers and stuff.
yeah.
Like I even know people my age who went to school in like the deep South who were like, "Oh yeah, I got spanked in school." And I'm like, "What? Are you kidding?"
I got
Yeah.
spanked at home. I didn't
I
get
know I
spanked
got
at
spanked at
school.
home, but I feel like if a
Uh,
teacher spanked me, my mama would have been like all mama
uh,
bear up in that place, been like, "No, no, no, you let me discipline my kids."
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, that's
man,
great.
I
That's
mean, my
wild.
mama spanked me, but she didn't even let my grandparents spank me or like babysitters. Like she was like, if they need to be spanked, I'll do it.
Yeah,
So,
that's crazy. That
yikes.
is crazy.
Yeah,
Milton School in Alton. Yeah, that's wild.
right. Yeah, that's crazy to me that it's a school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if there was some kind of tragedy, like a fire or something, where they died or something.
I would hope, like, I'm not saying I would hope so, but I would rather that than like it be like horrible adults that were like just treating the
Right.
children wrong.
Yeah, that it was like a school slash psych ward or something where
Yeah.
people were treated really badly. Yeah.
Oh,
Or like a school for orphans exclusively and they were treated horribly, that kind of thing. Like, oof.
mm,
I hope it's more of like some tragedy befell them, like a tornado ripped through or something, which also would be
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, yeah. It's just the better of the two evils, I
I
guess you would
know.
say. Yeah.
Yeah, like I,
Oh,
I feel like thinking of humans hurting humans is just like mind blowing to me.
yeah.
So, yeah. All right, nice. So, what do you feel like this section needs? I feel like the different parts, like you can have a little bit of a different feel to them. Like I feel like
Mm,
children ghosts, like to me, that's like even more heartbreaking than adults because it's
right,
like, oh, these children died in some way, that was not good and that their spirits couldn't find peace and pass on, so they're like, still there. Um yeah, so to me, like that's even more tragic because they were children, they're innocents, right? Um,
right.
so I don't know, like I feel like I would probably put a little bit of a different feel on that. Like, is it more somber? Is it more like playful at moments? Like, um, is it, more like compassionate?
I would definitely say like more compassionate and like with more feel to where it has like a softer sense to it.
Yeah. Right. Like how you would talk to a child or like sing a lullaby, like more comforting and compassionate, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like you can kind of do different things. And I even feel like it could be cool too as you go into the different like moments. You could do like before you talk about a battlefield, let's say, you could put like some drums like beating in the distance or something. And then going into like the children in the school, you could put like children's laughter and like the creaking of swings on a swing set blowing in the wind or something. I feel like that could be cool too. Just like put some sound effects in to like
Mhm.
you know, really make
Yeah.
it hit home.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. That
Yeah.
would be so sad. That'd be
Yeah.
that'd be so sad. Like just hearing like children's laughter. And it's like, oh, they're ghostly children, so they're dead.
Yeah.
Cool,
Or
cool.
like with the prison, you could do like prison bars like slamming shut, like, the gates or whatever.
Mm,
I feel
yeah.
like that could be really cool. And if you use parts of this for like sample clips, I definitely feel like that could be a good way to do that just because with with samples, I feel like I don't know, like you just want it to grab their attention, I guess. And so something that's kind of impactful like that, that'll grab their attention and make them be like, "Oh, what was that?" I
Mm,
feel like could be cool. Yeah.
gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Excuse me.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, so let's go ahead and try that section again about the kids and that like really compassionate and like comforting, empathetic approach to it.
2. The Milton School. The former Milton School in Alton has a reputation for being haunted. Stories of ghostly children and shadowy figures have circulated for years. Paranormal investigators have conducted research at the school, attempting to capture evidence of the reported hauntings.
Nice. What do you think of that?
It felt good. Definitely different from like some of the ones I've like been doing.
I
Definitely
agree.
different. But yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
felt good.
felt like almost more reverent, almost.
Mm, okay. Yeah,
Like
I feel
like
you.
respectful.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, like if you were, standing on a child's grave, I feel like you'd be pretty respectful, or anyone's grave, really.
Yeah.
Unless they were someone really bad,
Yeah.
Stalin. Be like, I spit on your grave. But yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah. Like respectful of them and the loss. Yeah. Good. So you like that?
Yeah,
Great.
yeah,
So let's
yeah.
go ahead and try the next chunk.
3. Confederate Cemetery. Alton is home to the Alton Confederate Cemetery, where the remains of the Confederate soldiers who died at the Alton military prison was interred. Interred? Am I saying that right?
Is it interred?
Interred. Okay. Might be interred.
Let me check though.
Yeah, how to
Interred.
pronounce
That's
has
right.
def
Yep.
is oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean
How to
it's like
pronounce.
it's like they're stationed. It's some words that are like common military, like armed forces words that we don't really use as civilians are like, I should probably look that up. Yeah, interred.
Interred. Okay. Interred. Yeah. Yeah, how to pronounce has definitely came come in handy. I use that a lot.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
website. It's great. It's a good resource. And sometimes I'll look at Emma Says, her channel on YouTube.
Mm,
That one's can be really helpful too. So yeah.
oh. The cemetery is said to be haunted by the restless spirits of these soldiers, and visitors have reported experiencing strange phenomena while visiting the site. Okay. Mm. 3. Confederate Cemetery. Alton is home to the Alton Confederate Cemetery, where the remains of Confederate soldiers who died at the Alton military prison was interred. The cemetery is said to be haunted by the restless spirits of these soldiers, and visitors have reported experiencing strange phenomenon while visiting the site.
Nice. I thought that sounded great. How'd you like
Uh,
it? What did you like most about that take?
Um, oh man, the most I would say is probably just like the tone of it. Like I didn't
Sure.
feel like it was too haunting, but I felt like it was more, I would just say informative, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I mean, I do think that, depending on which chunk you're in, like some parts are going to be more informative, some parts are going to be more compassionate, some parts are going to be more like spooky and eerie, and I think it just kind of depends on which section you're in and you make those
Mm,
choices. Um, but yeah, I think that if you read it all the same, it gets to be where it's kind of monotonous for the listener and that they don't necessarily, mentally follow it always. They might kind of mentally check out and be like, "Oh, I feel like I missed something." But when you're changing for the different sections, they're like, "Oh, something new is happening here." And it really captures their, attention and imagination and perks up their interest. So I think that's great. Do you want to? I think you're doing a really good job with that. Do you want to switch over, just like looking at time, and work a little bit on some of the character voices now?
yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So then, um, yeah. So
I
we're
honestly
wanting to
did
do,
not
like, how would you
prepare.
describe the kind of characters that we're trying to look at? Because I've got a couple scripts I think might work.
So like I guess like creature characters in this
Yeah.
sense is more like one happy-go-lucky, I would say like Stitch, but then like also two like creature character is like the closest like I guess like bad guy-ish person or creature I could think of like off my head would be like either like Voldemort or like the face stealer from Avatar: The Last Airbender, like just like
Yeah.
creatures that have like that are like bad guys also in a sense. Like they have like
Absolutely.
that creepy tone to their voice.
Yeah,
Like it's not
absolutely.
normal, I guess you would say.
Yeah, like because Voldemort's like wheezy
Yeah.
almost. Yeah, like hissy, um, but also like low and like there's disdain in his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, this could be fun.
But I definitely came ill prepared. I did not come prepared with like creatures. Like I was like,
No, that's cool.
uh,
This is kind of like a silly, fun one. Let's see if I can paste it all in. There's okay, I'm gonna take away some of the directions so you can get that. Okay. Yeah, I think this one looks pretty fun. It's very enthusiastic. So this would be more like the Stitch, like silly, happy-go-lucky, um, like very enthusiastic,
yeah. So
happy-go-lucky, playful vibe, mischievous, weirdly wise, full of joy. And then I'll give you something that might work for more of the like dark, eerie, villainous kind of a vibe.
and like the thing like I guess like I wanted to get down is like finding creature voices because I was like I
Yeah.
can't find original creature voice. Like I'll go to like
Oh,
Stitch or I'll go to
you're
like a
imitating.
Voldemort. Yeah, yeah. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't look at a script
I
and be
don't
like, oh, what if
I
this
don't
was a
think that's a
creature?
terrible thing. Because it's like you're listening and learning from listening. Mariah Carey says that she just listened to like all the great singers and just tried to imitate them, and that was really how she became the great singer that she is today. And I know for me, I'm a very strong auditory learner, so I feel like I'm constantly studying things, listening to them. I like to listen to the graphic audio because they like fully do all the characters and everything with they turn a book into like they call it a movie in your mind, um, with all the sound effects and like character voices and everything. Um,
That's
and
dope. That's dope.
yeah, I'll find narrators that I really love, and I'll be like, oh, I want to listen to more of what they've done, just because they're really good. If like, especially if they have an accent or something that I need to work on, I'll really study what they do. And then also like I find, TV shows and things and maybe I don't even watch it. Like I'll just listen to it while I'm doing dishes or whatever. Um just to like really absorb what I'm hearing because I'm like, oh, like, I need to study how they talk in Peaky Blinders for this character I need to do, that kind of thing. Um
Yeah.
so I feel like listening is a great way to approach that. And then, your voice is unique and different, so you're not going to sound exactly like them. But then you can kind of add each character that you master into your tool belt, and then you just have, a whole bunch of character voices that you're like, "Oh, I'll pull this one for that. Oh, I'll use this one for that. I'll use that for this one." Right? So I think that's great. So if you want to just like use Stitch as an example and you're like, I'm going to kind of channel Stitch for this, I think that's perfectly fine. That's great.
Copy that. Copy that. Will do. Will do. Days. No why? Me neither. But it just feels like it. Air smells like dreams. Feet feel like dancing. And belly is ready for snacks the size of my face. Or bigger. Oh, imagine snack the size of a spaceship. Mmm, crunchy wrapper chips. Mmm, focus. So I woke up, tripped over my own ear, fell into a bucket, and then flew through the air like a wiggly superhero. Guess what? Landed in a pie. Splat. Cherry explosion. It was delicious and sticky. Still sticky. Want a lick? Anyway, then I found a shiny spoon, named him Gerald, and we've been best friends ever since. Right, Gerald? Gerald says you're cute, and he's never wrong. Life is weird and wobbly, sometimes explodes. But if you laugh really loud and twirl 3 times, it kind of fixes itself. So I twirl a lot. Want to try? 1, 2, twirl.
Nice. Yeah. Here's another that I feel like is pretty creepy. Let me know what you think of that.
The true ones, the ones you bury.
Ooh, I found a really cool one where it's like a villain who thinks they're the hero. So it's like vigilante kind of thing. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so that gives you a few that I feel like you can play with.
Oh man, that one is scary.
All right.
Oh man. Oh, oh.
Yeah, so which of these is your favorite?
So far definitely the second one.
Yeah, isn't that a good
Yeah,
one?
yeah. That one is oh man.
Right? I thought that was very chilling as well.
Yeah, that one
But yeah, I
that
feel
one
like you could
got to
do
be.
very different types of characters here. And I feel like the last one, it's
Mm,
almost like they could be a villain, they could be a hero, you know? They
yeah,
definitely think they're the hero, the
yeah.
rebel. And I feel like really it's like whoever writes history is the one who decides who the hero is and who the bad guy
Right.
is.
Because
So,
like reading this makes me feel like Storm Shadow,
oh
where
yeah.
where his whole clan thought he killed like the head of the leader, but he didn't, and so like
Yes.
they casted him out, and he was never really a bad guy then either. He was just like
Yeah.
trying to survive and do his own thing and like clear his name, but like they always went after him. Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
yeah. That
They might
second
be
one,
very noble.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that second one is eerie
that
for
gives me,
sure.
yeah, it definitely gives me chills. Oh man,
Spine chilling, yes.
uh,
So for this, would we do more of like that Voldemort kind of voice?
I can try that, but the the only thing I always remember from Voldemort is the boy who lived has come to die.
Okay.
Harry Potter, the boy who lives has come to die. And I'm just
Yeah, that it's very like
yeah.
like he definitely smokes too much. Yeah, it's like he needs an oxygen tank with him at all times.
And what?
Okay, let's
Man,
try
man,
that
these
second
are
one in your regular voice first.
okay. Ah, there you are. I've been waiting. Not patiently, of course. Patience is for gods and ghosts. I am something older than both. Do you remember me? No? But I remember you. I remember the shape of your fear before you ever wore a name. I remember your first lie, how sweet it tasted on your tongue. I remember your dreams, not the foolish ones, the true ones, the ones you buried. You thought if you locked the door, drew your little symbols, spoke your brave little words, I wouldn't come. But I come for everyone. Kings, priests, heroes, lovers. I take what is hidden, I feed on what is denied, and you. Oh, you are full of denial. It clings to you like perfume. So let us not waste time with begging or bargains. Give me your name, your real name, the one you whisper when you wake in the dark and no one is listening. Give me that, and I'll let you keep your voice for now. Yeah, that one is. Yeah,
Yikes.
ooh,
It makes me
that
feel
one.
like he's like, I don't know, like a demon or like death or something, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. Like he felt like
Like
somebody
from
who
the
worked
world
with
of the
the Reaper.
Sandman or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah. I don't know who wrote that, but um, I,
Right. It's like,
oh,
ooh, this is
I feel like that person needs a hug, or maybe, or
oh
so, or they went through some stuff. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, it's like, like the death demons in Death Note, like is
Mm,
talking or something.
yeah, that was,
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, what creature is this?
uh,
Eee, I don't want to run into them. Yeah. Or like, in Monsters Inc., if they, were trying to creep out grown-ups and get their screams.
mm, yeah, yeah. That was ooh.
If they were like, oh, we discovered that grown-up screams are even better.
Oh
This is how
gosh.
they'd get it. Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot this creature knows. And like so it's like each new piece of information they give should be like, oh, and this, oh, and this. Like, I feel like there should be a little bit more pauses so that it's more impactful when you reveal your hand,
Mm, gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
when you share that next tidbit of information, that it like hits harder. So I feel like we can embrace the dramatic pause a little bit more.
Okay.
Can we try
I
that?
gotcha. I gotcha. I gotcha.
Cool.
Do you want me? Wow, that oh, my voice cracked a little bit right. Do you
Okay.
want me to try that, do that in my normal voice, or like try
We can
the
try to create a
voice?
creature voice.
Okay,
I feel
I will
like it could be
try.
kind of like snake-like, like hissy. S- Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that could be kind of a cool thing.
So, like when you say hissy, what do you mean by that exactly?
Yeah, like, ah,
Mm,
there you are. I've been waiting. Like very airy. And if you do have an
God,
S, you can kind of like shape of your fear. Like, how sweet it tasted. Like, like a little more hissy and airy the whole time.
gotcha, gotcha.
And just like
Okay.
slow and slithery. Like, trust in me, close your eyes. Like the snake in Jungle Book. Kind of a
God.
kind of a thing. So
Okay.
just very airy, very hissy. You could even like do kind of like hissy or like raspy sounds as you breathe in.
Gotcha. I can make no promises that it's gonna be that
That's
good, but yeah.
okay. You're good. It's just play. We're playing with sound.
Ah, there you are. I've been waiting. Not patiently, of course. Patience for gods and ghosts. I am something older than both. Do you remember me? No? But I remember you. I remember the shape of your fear before you ever wore a name. I remember your first lie, how sweet it tasted on your tongue. I remember your dreams, not the foolish ones, the true ones, the ones you buried. You thought if you locked the door, drew your little symbols, spoke your brave little words, I wouldn't come, but I come for everyone. Kings, priests, heroes, lovers. I take what is hidden. I feed on what is denied. And you, oh, you are full of denial. It clings to you like perfume. So let us not waste time with begging or bargains. Give me your name, your real name. The one you whisper when you wake in the dark and no one is listening. Give me that, and I'll let you keep your voice for now.
Nice. Yes. Yeah, like to me, I like now wonder like who is this person? Clearly someone who has something to hide, right? Or they're like
Yeah.
scared because they're not sharing their real name. Um, and then, also though, like this creature is more ancient than like gods and like it's like, oh, okay.
They
Wow.
I feel like the person definitely made a deal with like the wrong entity, and it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
I've come. You have not paid up yet.
Yeah, like he found some like ancient text. This is like an Indiana Jones-esque world, and he found some ancient text, and he's like, he read it aloud or something, and he awoke this creature
Mm.
from like the core of the earth in the molten lava at the center of our world. Yeah. Maybe like by speaking those words, the creature's entitled to your voice.
Mm.
He's like, you
That's good.
invited
That's
me.
good. That's good. I
You
like that.
awoke me. Now you must feed me.
Yeah.
And maybe like the person left their past behind and has been pretending to be someone else for years and years. And it's like, man, we fled our homeland as a child and I've never used my real name again. And the creature's like, tell the truth. Who are you? Yeah. It's like he's tapping into all of his worst nightmares, right?
Most definite. Most definite.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say you can go even slower with this character, drag it out. Ah, there you are. I've been waiting. I mean, he has all the time in the world. He's been asleep for centuries, thousands of years.
I feel you. Okay. Okay. I gotcha.
He was asleep before the dinosaurs even showed up? So yeah, I think you can really take your time with it. You can like stretch the words out, very airy, enjoy the pauses, just milk them for all they're worth. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
And make it like you're enjoying this, like you're playing with the person you're talking to a little bit more. Yeah.
Mm,
Awesome. So I want you to
definitely.
save all of these. You can do that by going to the top of the chat with the dot, 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 and it'll say more when you hover. And then when you click it, it says save chat. You can also just copy and paste it as well. But I'd love for you to take all three of these and maybe try to create a unique character voice for each one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Copy that.
I mean, I feel like even like in My Hero Academia, it's like, mm, oh, dang it. I just went blank. What's the main character's name? Well, the
Deku
main
or
character.
Mori
You know what I'm talking about.
Midori.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Midoriya, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Midoriya.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, I haven't watched it for a little while. When he like isn't at the school anymore and like goes out into the city and he's like all ratty and his costume's all torn up and stuff.
Mm,
I mean, like, I feel like there are people who would consider him like a vigilante, like, oh, he's a criminal. He's like not a good guy, and I feel like he could say something like that. It's like, if he went dark and was like fighting the bad guys and like, you know, or like Batman, they're like, you can't do this. Like, you're outside the law. And he's like,
Right.
Batman's like, you didn't clean up the city. I am, you know?
Mm,
He's like, you failed. Now I'm doing your job for you. And they're like, no, you're outside the law. You can't do that. Yeah, I feel like Batman's a good example where it's
gotcha.
like he's like, yeah, like people are scared of me, but I'm stopping the bad guys and I'm cleaning up the city. Nobody's going to be like stabbing people like my parents in alleys anymore. No other
Yeah.
children are going to lose their parents to bad guys because I'm cleaning up the city. You know, like it's somebody like that. I feel like who
Gotcha.
some people would be like, oh, they're a bad guy. They're outside the law. They're just like killing people who haven't had a trial. And they're like, no, I'm doing the right things. And they really believe it. I love
Mhm.
Batman. But I know that like probably law enforcement and stuff would be like, nah, he's outside the law. Um, but I feel like Batman would be like, I'm doing the right things. It's somebody like that who's like, I believe in what I'm doing. But it also could be somebody like the Joker who's kind of like lost it a little bit, who went off the deep end. It could be like if Batman kind of started going insane.
Mm,
Yeah, is kind of what I see it as.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
But he is talking about like temples and things, so it makes me feel like maybe it's like in ancient Egypt or something. So
Yeah.
yeah. So play with it.
Will
Come up
do.
with
Will
your own
do.
backstories and whatnot. Does this time work for next week?
Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it
All right,
does.
cool. I will see you then. Awesome
All
work. And
right.
if you want to send anything to me, feel free.
Gotcha. Will do. Will do.
All righty. Well, I will see you in a week. The time will
All
fly.
right.
I'll see you then.